So today I'm going to finish off a job that I started on this Game Gear a long time ago when I did my recapping and got this thing working. It does work a treat, except I decided that I was going to not bother recapping the power board in it because I thought the power board is fine. But it turns out the power board is not fine and it doesn't work properly at all. And I'll demonstrate what this happens here when I put these batteries in. I'll just try and turn this on now. The power light comes on for a second and then just disappears. And I've turned it off. I'll turn it on again. It's done it again. You just get a click. And I think if I do this enough, eventually it will power on. I think it's going to manage it in a second. Maybe once this cap, it's got a dodgy cap in, I think once it charges up, it's probably all right. It's just, maybe it's not going to do it actually. Nope. So it's difficult to get this thing to power on. There's nothing wrong with the batteries here. Oh, I can't even get it to power on anymore. Oh, there you go. Managed it. So I think now, once it's managed to charge that cap up, it's actually doing it. But if you leave it for a while and it discharges, then it doesn't work anymore. So I'm going to take this thing apart and we will recap this board. It's not the most incredibly interesting thing in the world. I know a lot of people don't like the Game Gear videos on my channel, but it's just a blog really. I'm just showing what I'm doing. So if you're interested, then this is me. I am going to recap the power board. And I think it kind of shows that if you do have one of these, you do definitely need to recap the whole thing. The main board was completely gone. The soundboard was gone. And I thought the power board was all right, but it really wasn't. One of the things about these Game Gears though is they have this stupid game bit thing here, they call it. I think it's a 4.5mm game bit. You do need a screwdriver to get those in, but I think, this is not sponsored, but I think this iFixit Toolkit, I don't know what the name of this toolkit is, I'll link it in the bottom, but I think one of these, it might even be this one here, is this. It is. Yeah, so it actually comes with this, not just a 4.5mm one, but a 3.5mm one as well for this game bit. So you need one of these to take the Game Gear apart. When I first did this originally, I did actually buy just a separate tool for like £5 just to take this thing out. I think they put one of these on the cartridge as well, do they? Yeah, they put it on the cartridge as well. So if you want to take the cartridge apart, oh no, that's not it. That's something else they put on the cartridge. That's a different one on the cartridge. I don't know if that's one's in there. But yeah, I bought a separate tool just to get this thing out. And it wasn't worth it in the end because this toolkit's got just everything in it you're ever going to need. So, and it wasn't much more expensive. So it's well worth buying one of these. Not that this is sponsored. This is not a sponsored video. I just happen to like using this toolkit. There you go. That gets that thing out. That's stupid. I don't know why they bothered with that because I don't think it felt like people weren't going to be able to get that undone or something. I don't know. And then the rest of these are just normal screws. So I'll pop this out and then I'll get back to you when the case is open. Okay, here we go. Oh, I've forgotten about how this thing works. There's the inside there. So, what have we got to disconnect here? We need to get to the power board, which is this thing over here. I think it's only got 3 caps on it. Maybe we can disconnect this from here. I've completely forgotten how to take this thing apart. It's 2... Oh, there we go. Right, so this has already been recapped in the past. You can see all these caps that are all nudged in everywhere to get that working. It looks a bit horrific, but they work basically. The old ones didn't work very well. So yeah, that's definitely much better. I don't need that for now. I can put that to one side. It's this bit that I need. I need to get this power board out here. There's one screw there. There's another one here. Does this bit come off? It's like a plastic cover there that's stopping me from getting this out. Come on. There we go. Oh, and the little button's fallen off there, so don't lose that. Right, so we've only got 3 caps on here. They didn't look like they'd leaked, but they're clearly not in spec anymore. They're not working very well. So this thing is a teeny tiny board. Now I think this recap kit that I've got, it's got a little diagram in it. I've kept the caps. I think it started this job in 2020. Yeah, that is 100 microfarad 25. I'm just checking that it is what they're saying it is on the recapping kit. So that's exactly what we need. So let's get these caps out, making note of the polarity. Oh, I can see it's leaked. Oh. On closer inspection, I can see that it's leaked down there. I'll try and get a close-up picture of that with the macro lens and see if I can show it to you. But yeah, it has actually leaked. It's that one. So these other two might be all right, but I'm going to recap them anyway now. When I recapped this the first time, I probably should have looked more closely at these because it definitely has leaked. So let's just get these out now. They did put some really crappy caps in these Game Gears. All of these. If you've got one of these Game Gears now, you've got to recap it. Right, there's one. I think that one, oh, that one has started to leak as well. Okay. So yeah, that big one's going too. That one looks all right. And it's just this last little one. There we go. So yeah, I can see all the leakage down there on that one. That one is completely, that's the one that's gone. These other two might have been all right, but one of them shows signs, the big one shows signs of leaking as well. Just can't free that last hole there. Oh, there we go. Got it. Right, I think I've cleaned all the holes. Yep, the desoldering station is blocked. So there goes an hour of my life trying to unblock that thing. Right, that is looking a hell of a lot better. So yeah, it just pays to examine your stuff the first time when you do it, really. Just to make sure that you're not screwing this up. Right, pop these new caps in the right places and then solder it up. Oops, I just put that in the wrong way. Let's not do that. This one is the 100 microfarad. Oh, I've just put that one in the wrong way as well. Put your caps in the right way, kids. Otherwise, it'll ruin your day. Let's put this one in the right way first time. So, only thing to do now, let's cut these leads off, clean it up, and then we'll reconnect it. I'm going to use this contact cleaner. I'm just going to do it in the sink in the bathroom. I'm just going to spray all the flux off this board and spray some in the switches. So that is all cleaned up now and ready to be reassembled. Right, does it fit back together? That's the question. Is it all going to fit without destroying something? Let's check to see if any smoke's going to come out of it. Here we go. It's on. I think the power, is the power light brighter now? It might be. Except I've got no screen. What? Why have I got no screen? There's no sound coming out of it. It's just white screen, but nothing. What has happened? What? How could just doing that break it? That makes no sense. Let's try a different cartridge. Let's try the old Sonic the Hedgehog. No, getting nothing. No power, what? Let's just put some contact cleaner in the cartridge port. What have I done? Oh, now it's on. That's odd. So I think I've got a dirty cartridge port there. Well, I was worried for a minute there. That the volume was down before, that's why I didn't say the Sega thing. Yeah, so it looks like there's dirt in the cartridge port, which is not good. That is not good. Let's try that again. Let's put a bit on Sonic the Hedgehog down here as well. I was thinking, how did that happen? I mean, I have had trouble with that Sonic the Hedgehog 2. The reason that didn't work in the first place is the actual cartridge was dirty. But maybe that's a manifestation of the same problem I had before, I don't know. Let's try Sonic the Hedgehog 2 now. That is working. I was going to say, I don't know how I could have broken it by doing what I just did there. Well, that was a bit of a scare. Again, let's just try Sonic the Hedgehog 1. Oh yeah, straight in on that one. Have we got like a brighter screen? Oh, the screen can go way past its normal brightness now. You probably can't even see this on the camera because the screen is pretty bad. Anyway, I'm happy that this thing's going to start up properly now. Oh yeah, look at that. It's impossible to tell with all the blur what's going on. I'm having to hold this up to the camera so you can see it hopefully, but yeah, it is really the worst part of this console is the screen, but it's just a massive blur. If you turn it up, it just washes it out completely. But that is working. So yeah, I might have just a dirty cartridge port there. But that was definitely one of the problems I was having. Let's just turn it off and turn it on again. And see what we get. So it's still working. I'll have to leave it off for a while to try and test it again to make sure that problem's been fixed. But that cap had definitely leaked. This one here had the gunk coming, oh, it's this little one. Had the gunk coming out of it, so that was really bad. So there it is. So that's just a quick little fix to my Game Gear that I've been meaning to do for a long time. So if you are taking one of these apart to recap it, just recap everything in there, because honestly, every single thing was gone on this. All the caps had gone. The power board was bad. The soundboard was bad because the sound wasn't working, and the main board was bad because it couldn't power up the machine initially. So it's had a complete full recap. Don't bother doing it by half measures. Just do the whole thing. It's just not worth the trouble. As you can see, having to take this thing apart twice is just a big waste of time. And that was the WD-40 contact cleaner that saved the cartridge port there from whatever gunk had gotten into it. But yeah, if I hold the screen up so that you can see it on the camera, it's just, I can't see it at all because the viewing angle on these screens is absolutely terrible. But there it is. I can barely see the screen here, I'm afraid. But yeah, that's fixed. So yeah, just a quick little fix to my Game Gear there. Like I said, if you're recapping, make sure you do all the caps. They're all bad, all of them. Right, I'll catch you in the next one.